So I've already moisturized with the Clean and Clear Dual Action Moisturizer. The next thing we're going to do is go in with the Milani Prime Correct. And you just want to make sure you get this blended in on your whole face. For foundation today, my go-to for like a full coverage, more glam face is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation right now. Mine is in 360C Porcelain. I'm pretty sure it's the lightest shade. And I'm going to use my Real Techniques sponge. Don't mind how dirty it is. So the only thing I don't like about this foundation is the smell is god-awful, and the little spatula applicator, I kind of just wipe some on my brush. It's really all you can do. And I'm just going to do a few dots on my face and then pounce it in. So you can already see the amount of coverage this foundation gives. It's really nice. And I don't normally, but I'll build it up a little bit more today so you can see, like right here, there's a little bit of redness still coming through. So I'll just take a little bit more on my sponge. You always want to make sure you blend down your jaw a little bit so you don't have one of those foundation lines, because those are not cute. I'm just going to carry this across my nose. I tend to stay really red in my little like cheek area under my eye, so I almost always put a little extra on there. So now that we have foundation done, we're going to move on to concealer. My go-to concealer right now is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. Mine is the NC1. You can pick this up at Ulta. Just going to do a few swipes, and then I'm going to add a little bit to my forehead just to highlight a little bit and to add a little more coverage. Some down my nose, and just the tiniest amount on my chin and upper lip. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my TV. My fiance's home. I normally film while he's at work, but today he is off. So I'm just stamping that in. So for powder, what do I want to use today? I swing back and forth a lot. But I think for today I'm going to use, I'm sorry if that's loud, I'm going to use the, I've already hit paint on this and it's dirty. This is the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder in clear. They make this in a loose powder, of course, but I kind of really like the pan. It's easier for me to throw in really fast. I always start by setting off my eyes. This powder is like exploding. I need to buy another one, I suppose. It is like literally crumpling onto the mirror. Is that a sign I pressed too hard? Or that I need a new powder? You never know. Even though I have dry skin, I always set my face with powder because it kind of tends to get a little broken down and wiggles around throughout the day. That kind of helps it. So now that we're done with all of that, we're going to take this Firma 103 brush. I think I got this in an Ipsy bag. And I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette. This is in Dulce de Leche. If you have more fair skin tone like I do, this is a beautiful color. So I'm just going to take a little bit on my brush, tap out excess. And I always start under my cheekbone. I'm sorry, there's something in my eye. Ow. Always start under my cheekbone. I don't really blend it yet. Go up to my temple, add a little bit right here at my hairline, just a tiny bit down my nose, and a little bit on my chin. This is a super pigmented powder, so you kind of gotta be careful with it. Oh, it's right beside me and I missed it. Now I take this fluffier Wet n Wild brush to blend it out a little bit better. So now that we're all contoured, wrong brush. This is the e.l.f. blush brush. It's really flat though. Pretty sure y'all can't see that because my background's so dark. But we're going to take this kind of highlighty shade out of here. It's a matte highlight shade. And we're just going to trail that right under the eye a little bit in the triangle shape. That's just going to help brighten it up under there a little bit more. So, we're done with that. For blush, I kind of really want to try this out. It's from Pacifica. It's the Coconut Blush in Beaming and Tenderheart. I'm not really sure which shade is which, but I'm going to go in with this more cool tone shade. And just any blush brush you have. I pulled out my Real Techniques one first. I never wear a lot of blush, so I feel like it's really easy when you're as pale as I am to get crazy with the blush. I go over that with my powder brush just to make sure everything's blended seamlessly together. For a highlight here lately, I've kind of been layering a little bit, and I've really been liking it the way it's coming out. Do not judge the amount that I use though. We're going to go in with ColourPop Flexitarian Super Shock Cheek. We're going to go in with the Wet n Wild highlighting powder. This is a Halloween shade, I'm pretty sure, Caught in Your Web. It's just a white holographic powder. I think it is from Halloween. It has a skull embossed in it. And then this is from Winky Lux Charm. It's a holographic highlighter. I can't remember if I got this in an Ipsy bag or what, but it's just a really pretty shade too. Okay, so that's pretty much it for my full glam face. I am going to go ahead and throw my eyebrows on in this one. Alright guys, so that was it for my full coverage foundation routine. I hope you guys like this. If this is too heavy for you, I also have a 10-minute fast, affordable face. It's just really fresh and easy to do. This is what I do when I do a more glam look on my eyes. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!